Hello, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us here on The Breakfast Show. We begin today with breaking news. Heathrow Airport, one of the world's busiest airports, will be closed until midnight tonight. An estimated 1,300 flights will be directly affected, which could trigger chaos for air carriers around the world. Well, so far, more than 100 flights have been diverted to alternative destinations. British Airways have told customers not to travel to Heathrow Airport for their flights until further notice. Well, let's cross live now to Heathrow. Our correspondent Sadia Chowdhury is there. And Sadia, this is going to have a big impact, isn't it? Heathrow not just closed for a few hours, but closed until midnight tonight.
Yes, it has just gone 6 a.m. and this is a time when flights would normally start to land at Heathrow Airport, but the skies are completely silent, and you can see behind me that runway, that roundabout. Anyone that is familiar with driving to Heathrow will know that this roundabout is usually the one that leads to that tunnel that goes to the terminals 2 and 3. It is shut. It has been shut for the last few hours. We think that the motorways around are now being diverted as well because there is no traffic around here. And when I arrived earlier this morning, some of the lampposts weren't working, an indication of just how significant this power outage is. Heathrow Airport would have seen today around 1,300 flights coming to and leaving from its runways. All of the 5 terminals at Heathrow are closed, and as you say, that is likely to cause massive disruption to anyone travelling. And remember, Heathrow Airport isn't just about commercial travel. There's also lots of cargo flights that travel in and out of the airport, and lots of businesses, you know, shops and duty-free shops and places like that that would have relied on business throughout today. We know that from the online flight tracking service Flight Radar, which says that 120 flights were actually in the air at the time when the closure was announced. Just to give you an indication of how busy this airport is, in 2024, 83.9 million passengers travelled to and from Heathrow Airport. And as a reminder that all 5 terminals remain closed today until midnight. Heathrow Airport did issue a statement just after 2 a.m. this morning. It said Heathrow is experiencing a significant power outage across the airport due to a large fire at a nearby electrical substation. Whilst fire crews are responding to the incident, we do not have clarity on when power may be reliably restored. It carries on: to maintain the safety of our passengers and colleagues, we have no choice but to close Heathrow until 11:59 p.m. on the 21st of March. We expect significant disruption over the coming days, and passengers should not travel to the airport under any circumstances until the airport reopens. It is a similar statement to the one British Airways has made just a short while ago, saying due to a power outage in London Heathrow Airport is currently closed. As a result, customers due to travel to Heathrow on Friday are advised not to travel to the airport until further notice. This will clearly have a significant impact on our operation and our customers, and we're working as quickly as possible to update them on their travel options for the next 24 hours and beyond. Well, in the meantime, flights have been diverted to other UK airports, including Gatwick and Birmingham, but also abroad to places like Paris and as far away as Dallas and Los Angeles. The National Grid issued a statement saying that the fire at the local substation had damaged equipment and that it is working at speed to try and restore power. The London Fire Brigade also gave an update saying that 10 fire engines were involved. 70 firefighters were at the scene of the fire at Hayes. Homes have been evacuated there, and there is a 200-metre cordon in place. So just to recap for anyone that is just joining us, Heathrow Airport is closed until midnight tonight. Around 1,300 flights are expected to be affected. This is due to a fire at a substation nearby, and all terminals, that is, shut until midnight.
Yeah, so Sadia, huge impact on passengers who are hoping to take off today, but also those already in the air, as you say, and diverted. We're also now getting a statement as well from Heathrow Express. They are saying there are no services in either direction due to the fire alert at a station. Due to a fire at a nearby electrical substation, they say Heathrow Airport is closed until further notice. Please do not attempt to travel to the airport under any circumstances. That's a statement we've just had from Heathrow Express, Sadia. So huge impact on the airport, but also local residents in the area have been impacted by this fire at this electrical substation as well.
Yes, lots of homes had to be evacuated. Reminder, this happened during the night, so many people would have already gone to bed by that time, but they had to be evacuated. We're told that there's a 200-metre cordon in place, so people wouldn't be able to return to their houses just yet, so not until everything is declared completely safe. So a lot of disruption for the homes, but also businesses around here. And don't forget that a lot of people travel to this area for education or other business purposes. They'll all be affected by all the road closures around, and as you say, the Heathrow Express also facing closures. This is a major airport. It has a lot of businesses going on, both within the airport terminal sites, but also outside of it. So all of those likely to be disrupted today.
Absolutely. Well, we'll keep checking in with you, Sadia, on any updates. But for the moment, thanks very much indeed. Well, meanwhile, as we were saying, dozens of flights already in the air around the world are being forced to divert. Let's bring in our Asia correspondent, Helen Smith. And Helen, what sense do you have there of the impact that this could have on people leaving the region where you are?
I think it's too early to put specific numbers on it, Anna, but I think it's absolutely safe to say the impact is going to be enormous. Those numbers that Sadia was talking about there, the flight tracking website estimating around 120 flights already in the air, just because of the nature of the time difference. The vast majority of those are likely to be from Asia. Of course, Asia's just been awake a few hours longer. So there will be many thousands of passengers in the air who will find themselves not in London Heathrow, where they intended to be, but perhaps other airports around the UK, perhaps other airports on continental Europe. It's going to be deeply complicated and chaotic for those passengers and for the airlines as well. Here in Asia, of course, many of the airports are big, important international hubs. Singapore, Changi Airport, Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi, Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Hong Kong International Airport, just to name a few. And just to give one example, we've just done a little bit of sort of back of the paper envelope numbers. Just to take Singapore Changi Airport as just one example, there should have been 14 flights today linking Heathrow and that one airport, 7 outgoing and 7 incoming to Heathrow. So if you take 14 flights, take a sort of your average long-haul large aircraft, you might be talking about some 350 passengers. Multiply that up, we're talking about 5,000 people just for Singapore Airport. Then you calculate, of course, all the airports across this region, across the world, the impact's going to be massive. And in those hub airports, of course, many people will have been wanting to travel onward. They won't be able to do so. The aircraft will be in the wrong places and have to be redirected. This is going to be a massive logistical challenge, of course, for Heathrow's authorities, but for authorities in airports across the world as well. We've been talking to a couple of passengers as well this morning to just try and get a gauge on just what it's like for those passengers here in Asia, already awake, already undergoing their journeys. We've spoken to one woman who's currently sitting in Shanghai Airport waiting for her flight from Heathrow. She said they've got absolutely no information at all at the moment. She's obviously aware that her flight's unlikely to take off, but she hasn't been told where to go. She hasn't been told when she can get her bags. She doesn't know when she'll fly. She's currently just sitting in that departure lounge waiting for more information. So, look, I think it's too early to give you specific numbers about exactly how many people, exactly how many aircraft, but this is going to be a major problem for airplanes, for airports, for passengers all over the world.
Yeah, I think you're right, Helen Ann. We will be back to you throughout the morning. For the moment, though, thanks very much indeed. And just to let you know that in the last few minutes, we've also had reaction from Gatwick Airport. A spokesperson for Gatwick has said, we're aware of the situation at Heathrow Airport today and we're supporting by accepting diverted flights as required. Flights are operating from London Gatwick as normal today. So no doubt Gatwick will be particularly busy today as a number of flights are likely to be diverted there.